What's up, sword dudes? So we're gonna call this part 1 EDC video. I'm gonna kind of split this one in half here. We're gonna call this one EDC in a freedom-loving state and EDC in a liberal fascist state. So we'll start my home state here, since I live in a state of freedom. I'm currently carrying is an AREX Rec 01. It's the compact edition. The G10 grips. .15 round mag. I'm putting 21 round mag in. The slight spacer there, which I'm totally legally allowed to do in carry in Pennsylvania. So typically, I'd probably say want to carry the most. Well, the Higo no Kami work Kami is typically always in my work bag. Nice blade just to keep around for opening shit. The Kizlar Zorg D2. I've had this one for about 2 years now. This is it's a D2 with the titanium nitride finish. I mean, there's no scratches at all. I mean, you can kind of see where the edge line of the blade's wearing. Because nitride in is actually like a salt bath. It's not an actual coating. It's actually baked into the steel. I shouldn't say baked. Sits in a salt bath. But yeah, I love this knife. This is what, the first knife that really turned me on to Kizlar. I mean, let's put all the politics aside and shit. Russia makes some fucking really good knives. Really good knives. I might show you guys some more of that later. Call that one part 2. Call that one part 2, or I might bust out some other Kizlars. Kizyars. Call my boy Putin. So I'd probably say on a daily basis, freedom loving, that's what I'm carrying. Alright, so change it up. So let's say I'm traveling to business in fucking Libtard Central, and let's just say that sometimes you gotta evaluate the risk versus the reward and what you have to lose. So this, I'm not carrying this in New York City. Just not gonna do it. It's not worth it. Not worth it at all. So let's say I'm gonna travel into business in a northeastern state, liberal state. Let's call it north of Pennsylvania, east of Pennsylvania, south of Pennsylvania. Let's call it, up to the Virginia border, right? So typically, if I'm going to New York City, I got these 2 or these 3 on me. So classification, for you guys that don't know, in New York City, fucking blade can't be any bigger than your palm. My hands are extra large, by classified glove size. So I can get away with this in New York City. This is actually, I do like this blade. This is out of Sandvik steel. Had this one, for probably 6-7 months. Haven't used it much. Very light. I mean, a cricket blade has a nice feel to it. Nice snap. You can definitely tell the quality. It's nice and tight. Get those numbers. Like how it flips out. Flips out with ease. I mean, just straight ease. Straight ease. This is the Kizlar Whisper. This one's in D2. Has the red black G10 handles. Grips. So it's not really broken in yet. Give you a look at that one. I think it's pretty dope. I think what Kisler was going for here was to mimic a samurai sword. I believe that's actually how I found it. Otherwise, I had no idea. Kizyar made something like this. But like I said, it's very tight. Very, very tight. Very light blade, too. See the spine there. It's very good steel. So this one, the Whisper, might be replacing the Zorg. Both in D2. I like a D2 blade. Definitely when it's coated. That's why I like this one so much. But like I said, Higo no Kami is typically in my bag. So let's say if I'm staying overnight, not in New York City, right? Let's say I have to go up to like Boston or some shit like that. So not gonna carry a firearm again, or let's say I'm going into like, you know, dirty Jersey. You know, can't carry a firearm again, just not gonna take that risk so I can fucking wind up, you know, in a fucking cage and being butt pounded by Bubba. So that firearm has just been replaced by the garden tool. It's a Cold Steel Voyager. This one's an AUS 10A. Fucking garden tool. But this, I mean, this can take off someone's fucking, or 3/4 of someone's head. At least a half. You're talking carotid artery, talking jugular. You know, you're probably talking cutting in the spinal, you know, in the front of the spinal cord, through the neck. So like I said, this is probably, let's call this the overnight. We'll call that the overnight liberal EDC. So that's part one. Hope you guys liked it. If not, go fuck yourself.
ありがとうございました。